1 year later. Elena stood in front of the mirror, older in the eyes than the reflection should allow. She had just turned 19, her hair was shorter now, her eyes were sharper, life had carved her a little differently. She hadn't spoken to her father in months. After that one cafe meeting, he slowly drifted again, promises fading like the morning mist. It hurt, but this time, she didn't collapse. She had learned something powerful. You don't need someone to come back to begin healing. Victoria, her mother, had changed too. The woman who once held everything together by force had finally let go. Therapy, honest talks, even laughter, small, clumsy moments that returned like stray cats. They were rebuilding, not perfectly, but with intention. But peace doesn't always last. On a rainy Thursday in October, everything shifted. Elena came home from work to find an ambulance outside the house. Victoria had collapsed. A stroke, severe. The doctors said it was sudden, no warning, no time. Elena sat in the hospital, staring at her mother's motionless face, tubes and beeping machines all around. Her hands trembled. "You can't leave now," she whispered. "Not when we were finally getting it right." Hours passed, days blurred. Victoria lay in a coma, and Elena moved through the world like a ghost. Eating felt pointless. Time lost shape. One night, she sat at her mother's bedside and began to read from her journal. "You broke me once," she read aloud, "and then you saved me with your sting. I don't know who I am without you." A single tear slid down Victoria's cheek. Elena froze. Then, her mother's fingers twitched. Victoria eventually woke up, though recovery was long and slow. She couldn't walk without help. Her speech was slurred, but her eyes were alive. And for the first time in their lives, the roles reversed. Elena became the strong one. She helped her mother eat, walk, remember, and in doing so, she remembered who she was. Months later, at a small poetry night in a dim cafe, Elena stood on stage. She read a piece she had written, her voice steady. "Sometimes love is not a soft song, it's a scream in the dark, a match lit in a burned-down house. But if the flame survives, even once, it can light a new world." The crowd applauded gently. From the back of the room, in a wheelchair, Victoria smiled with pride. That night, as they rolled down the quiet street under the stars, Elena whispered, "You came back to me." Victoria looked at her daughter with tired but glowing eyes. "No," she said softly. "You came back to yourself."